You're Cute, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. Artwork by MongBang on Pixiv. You can find a link to MongBang in the description box below. Don't forget to not only like this video, but also subscribe to this channel for more Miraculous Ladybug content and leave a comment to help support the YouTube algorithm. If you don't know what to comment, put Marinette's date. Now then, please enjoy You're Cute. Marinette Dupang Chang. Ah! A date! An actual date! With Adrian! Marinette squealed into her pillow. They were dating, no doubt about it, but they hadn't gone on an actual proper date since finding out the other's identity. Well, it's not like she was dating him because he was Cat Noir, but there was no doubt in her mind that this felt right. He knew her better than any other person, and not only had she spent every emotional dime on her feelings for him, but now there was this trust, this bond that she'd never imagined nor calculated into a relationship with a lover. Could this have worked out any better? Like, she wasn't dating him just because he was Adrian anymore. Was it a bit awkward that she'd rejected Cat Noir so many times? Yes, but if she hadn't had feelings for Adrian, she'd... She screamed into her pillow. What are the chances of falling for the same guy twice? Thank the Kwamis for a Santa hat and a cardboard cutout. Okay. You've got this, Marinette. You've got this. Makeup? Check. Her favorite baby blue coat? Check. And the outfit, which wouldn't be complete without brown ankle boots and a seasonal beret? Oh, Christmas magic was in the air! Marinette, her mother called. Adrian's here. Ah! Marinette said, dropping her purse. Whoops! Totally not what she was trying to do. I'm coming! She did her best to not tumble down the stairs, foregoing a scarf as to not keep him waiting. Hey, Adrian said, waiting for her in the doorway. You look nice. Thank you, she said, unable to relax enough to check him out. You too. You're cute. Marinette could feel her parents exchange glances from the couch and grabbed his hand. Gotta go, love you, bye! She yelled, attempting to leave their audience as quickly as she could. Marinette, hold up, Adrian said as she all but ran them down the stairs. Huh? Slow down. What's the rush? She stopped on the bottom stair and turned to look up at him, backlit by the afternoon sun filtering through the window. Oh, he was handsome. He was handsome, and now was the time her brain decided to remind her that the last time she saw this boy as Cat Noir, he'd kissed her. And then they found out the other's identities. And then they'd gotten Starbucks together and set up this date. This was all in the past 24 hours, and now was the moment it decided to hit her. Oh, bother. We go drink Starbucks, buy clothes, just you, she said, her words jumbled in quite possibly the worst non-sentence she'd ever spoken. Adrian thought about her words for a moment, then grinned. Yes, he said, let's drink Starbucks and buy clothes, dress you. If they were wearing masks, she would have smacked his tummy, but they weren't, so she didn't. No. Instead, she flushed at the tease and turned around, taking a few more steps, but keeping a firm grip on his hand. Guess I'm a little nervous. Me too. His voice behind her took her off guard, not for its presence, but for the words themselves. You are? She asked, turning back around. Of course. Because I'm Ladybug, she dared herself to say. That unpleasant grin of his wiped off at her accusation. No. Well, yes, but... He squeezed her hand as he looked at the ceiling, thinking, is Ladybug cool? Yes, but is Marinette cool? She felt her stomach drop at the question. Also yes. Like, I'd be lucky to date either one of you, you know? I mean, come on, I did want to date either one of you, but I hope that doesn't come off the wrong way. And now I am dating both of you because you're quite literally the two most awesome people I've ever met, wrapped up into one identity. So no, I'm not dating you just because you're Ladybug, nor just because you're Marinette. I'm dating you because you're you. How's a girl supposed to respond to that? Oh, cool. I mean, if Ladybug turned out to be Chloe, like, I know that's not possible and whatever, but like, I wouldn't be on her doorstep the day after what is quite possibly the worst awkward reveal in the history of superhero identities. Well, at least you got a kiss out of it, she said, not knowing how else to approach a confession with anything but a joking manner. Marinette expected him to laugh, but instead, his face turned pink. Yeah. Adrian tried to play it off cool. At least I got a kiss. His face turned as pink as a Valentine's Day card, which in turn made her blush as well. That's right. In kissing Cat Noir, she'd kissed him as well. Let's go, she managed to say, walking rather stiffly out the store. The silence between them beat her insecurities like a mochi maker, on time with each step as the city echoed between them. Getting drinks didn't help much. Their usual banter dampened, and it was like sitting next to a stranger on a train instead of with her literal best friend over hot, sweet drinks. But dinner? Dinner was even worse! There's nothing more awkward than the clattering of utensils and trying not to look like a bore while eating food. Oh, this was all her fault! He was perfect, of course, but her? She'd failed him. She failed their relationship, and it barely begun. Night fell by the time they left the restaurant, the Christmas lights twinkling on the street for a far more romantic setting than the one they had between them. Did she want to hold his hand again? Yes, but after the last hour and a half, she'd felt she'd lost the right to. Marinette, despite her inner confidence, learned she was a horrible first date. Hey, what's that? Adrian asked, dragging her out of her thoughts. What's what? She waited for him to point, but he didn't. Come look, he said, taking her by the hand and looking both ways before leading her across the street. Smooth. He took care of one of her insecurities with such grace, it's like it never existed at all. Isn't it cute? There's nothing in the world that could be cuter than his excited face, but Marinette turned her head to look through the window anyway. A bunny hat? She all but laughed, but not for mockery's sake. Yeah, let's go in. Sure. This might be the first moment they've had all day that felt natural, so there's no way she'd say no. Look at it! Look at it! Adrian pulled it on once they were inside. It looks like something out of a Clamp story. Marinette didn't know what he was talking about, but knowing Cat Noir, that was an anime reference. Cute, right? You're cute. He blinked, his cheeks turning pink. Thanks. Unlike earlier, the mood between them was something that pulled at heartstrings, not awkwardness. What was the difference? Are you going to get it? Huh? This? Yeah. She tugged at the paws hanging over his chest. You mean it? What? Like, it's okay to get something like this? Why wouldn't it be?
It's not, Adrian looked away. Uncool or anything?
Adrian, if anyone makes fun of you for it, I'll beat them up. He laughed, vibrating her heart.
I'll count on you then.
This was it. This was the moment. This was natural. Him wearing an anime bunny hat and her gazing into his eyes with the backlight of Christmas lights on her side. Before she could talk herself out of it, or even think of it as a bad idea, she slid her hands up his chest and around his neck as she pressed her toes into the ground, lifting her up to place her lips on his. With eyes closed, she couldn't see how he responded, but his arms wrapped around her back and pulled her closer without so much as a moment's hesitation. Oh, this is what a kiss was supposed to feel like. Breathless, she started to lower herself, but Adrian pulled her back, locking lips once more with a hunger she'd never experienced before. Is this what it meant to have passion? To have requited feelings? A cough from across the store brought them to their senses, flushed from both the experience and embarrassment. Guess we should pay, huh? Marinette said, tucking a piece of loose hair behind her ear as she looked away. Adrian pulled her back to his chest, planting a kiss atop her head.
Just give me a moment.
She felt him take a breath against her, ribs pressing into her, before he sighed and pulled away, taking her by the hand.
Let's go.
They paid for the hat, still on his head, and stepped out into the street, chattering like partners who'd worked together for years. I can't believe we got scolded like that, Marinette laughed, squeezing his hand.
Is that what you'd call it? A scolding?
Well, it was quite rude for her to interrupt a moment between the city's superheroes.
Is that what we're calling it?
Adrian asked, a smirk firmly etched onto his face.
A moment? That's cute.
You're cute.
Yeah, you are.
She felt her face grow hot, a smile pinned on. Come on, I think we should give drinks another shot.
What a strange way to stay hydrated.
That's not what I meant, but sure.
Sounds like a perfect excuse.
She stopped walking, narrowing her eyes. You did not just...
Man, it's sure nice making puns without a mask on,
he said, his cake-eating grin so wide it showed off his dimples. At least I know what I'm up against.
Admit it, you think it's cute.
I will take it to the grave.
Wait a minute.
He stopped walking. What?
This!
He tugged at the scarf around his neck. What about it?
Did you...
He searched for words.
This was a present for Cat Noir, but who was it meant for first?
Suddenly, Marinette's face burned like she'd been pepper sprayed. You.
No, like, before me.
Still you.
No, before me.
No, like... She hadn't told him, had she? Like, I made it for you. I made it for... Adrian?
Aggressed?
No wonder he'd never picked up on her clues. This boy was dense. Yes, I made the scarf for Adrian Agreste.
And then you gave it to Cat Noir.
Yep. Traffic sounds filled the space between them.
It's like... He began. It's like we're in some kind of mahou shoujo manga.
Huh?
Never mind.
Another anime reference?
I promise I'll teach you all about it.
Marinette couldn't decide if she should giggle or narrow her eyes. Well, pick a series and we'll call it a date.
Wait, really?
Adrian blinked several times before her grin grew.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I look forward to it.
Is tonight too soon?
Uh-huh.
I mean, we've gotta start with Cardcaptors, you know? I mean, sure, Sailor Moon is a classic, but...
He cleared his throat to cut himself off. Please? You're cute, she said, knowing it would put him at ease after nerding out in front of her.
Thanks, but I'm serious. If you're down for tonight, I'll...
Her laughter drowned out his words, but she didn't feel bad. Okay, Marinette said. Sounds good.
Really?
Yes, really.
Awesome!
He punched his free fist in the air. You dork.
You're dork,
Adrian corrected. She smiled to herself. Yeah. Your dork. They laughed, young and bright and sparkling like Christmas lights before heading home in such a different way than when they left. Adrian chattered about anime as Marinette asked questions, and the whole thing felt right. Finally, after the turmoil of the last 30 or so hours, it felt right. And so, despite the awkward bumps they'd taken to get there, Marinette felt her first date with Adrian was, without a doubt, a success. And they even had a cute bunny hat to prove it. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like more Miraculous Ladybug content, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And if you liked this video, don't forget to leave it a like, a little give and take here. As long as we're still listening, if you haven't already left a comment, go ahead and comment Adrienette date. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching.